Brigada Eskwela is one of the most important programs in the Department of Education. In the spirit of Bayanihan, private institutions, individuals, government agencies, local government units, and other organizations contribute to the DepEd campaign in ensuring accessible and quality basic education. To start our virtual Brigada Eskwela kick-off, we shall have the singing of the national anthem, immediately followed by a doxology rendered by the Ibinan National High School Choir.
Magkaisa, sama-sama, Brigada.
Bayang magiliw, peres ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa litim mo'y buhay, lupang hiniram,
Then Jesus loved and righteousness, I dare not trust the sweetest friend, but wholly trust in Jesus' name. Christ our Lord, cornerstone, weak made strong in the Savior's love. Through the storm, He is Lord, Lord of all. When the darkness seems to hide His face, I rest on His unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. My anchor hides within the veil. Christ our Lord, cornerstone, weak made strong in the Savior's love. Through the storm, He is Lord, Lord of all. Christ our Lord, cornerstone, weak made strong in the Savior's love. Through the storm, He is Lord, Lord of all. Lord of all.
This year's Brigada Eskwela, themed with Pagpapanatili ng Bayanihan Tungo sa Kalidad na Edukasyon para sa Kabataan, aims to bring together all education stakeholders to participate and contribute their time, effort, and resources to prepare public schools facilities for the opening of classes. Pleasant morning to everyone watching, and welcome to our Brigada Eskwela virtual kickoff. Indeed, this year's Brigada Eskwela is one of a kind as we are facing this pandemic. This worldwide health crisis will serve as a motivation for us to work hand in hand in ensuring a safe learning environment for our children. For the opening remarks, let us listen to Madam Georgian G. Carriazo, OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent.
Sa lahat ng ating mga stakeholders, sa pangunguna ng ating mahal na Gobernador, Honorable Marilu Cayco, mga LGU officials sa pamumuno ng mga municipal mayors, government and non-government organizations, school heads and teachers of the different schools, Our Schools Division Office officials, headed by our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Eduardo Escorpizo Jr., at sa lahat ng mga nanonood at nakikinig sa Facebook. Tara na, brigada na, balik eskwela na. Hindi naman natin magawa ang physical na pagtitipon at paggawa sa ating mga paaralan gaya ng nakasanayan nating pagbibrigada. Naniniwala po ang pamunuan ng DepEd Batanes na nandyan pa rin kayo na handang tutulong at susuporta sa lahat ng gawain pang edukasyon, lalong-lalo na sa ating sitwasyon ngayon may COVID pandemic. Gaya ng aming sigaw, we work as one. Hinihikayat ko pong lahat na makipag-ugnayan sa mga school heads sa pagpapatupad ng mga programa at mga proyekto na nakasaad sa ating Learning Continuity Plan upang maihatid sa lahat ng mga mag-aaral ang edukasyon ayon sa naaangkop na paraan o modality. Magbayanihan tayo para sa bata, para sa bayan. Diyos mamahas.
Brigada Eskwela has been reconfigured this year. It will deviate from the traditional concept. Instead, we will prioritize preparations to ensure that quality basic education will continue despite the challenges posed by COVID-19. To further present to us the Brigada Eskwela in the new normal, let us listen to the Chief of School Governance and Operations Division, Sir Jaime G. Castillo.
Panahon na naman ang brigada.
My role this morning is to share with you the Brigada Eskwela 2020 in the context of the new normal. But before I will elaborate on it, let me share with you the traditional concept of Brigada Eskwela. Brigada Eskwela is a volunteer program that brings together all education stakeholders to help prepare public schools for the opening of classes 1 week before the opening of classes in June. It involves first, physical cleaning, second, painting and repainting, and third, do minor repairs. Based on Department Memorandum 32, Series 2020, the national kickoff activity was supposed to be on May 14, 2020 in Region 6, and the week-long activity was supposed to start from May 18 to 23, 2020. However, due to COVID-19 pandemic, the activities has to be adjusted in compliance with the guidelines set forth by the National Interagency Task Force on COVID-19. So what is Brigada Eskwela under the new normal? In the light of COVID-19 situation, this year's Brigada Eskwela shall ensure that learning is continued while being responsive to the global pandemic. Instead of 1 week, the program will last from May to July until school opening in August. These activities will highlight the partnership initiative that complement the department's efforts to ensure that quality education will continue despite the challenges in adapting COVID-19 situation. Partnership activities shall be undertaken to implement the Learning Continuity Plan. Now here are the suggested partnership engagement activities for Brigada Eskwela for 2020. First, disinfection of schools. Second, mobilization of essential items. Now what are these mobilization of essential items? So this is about reaching out to partners for the following items: thermal scanners, hand sanitizing equipment or materials such as rubbing alcohol, antibacterial or germicidal soap, cleaning tools, materials or disinfectants that may be used to disinfect the learning areas, such as spray tanks, disinfectant spray, or disinfecting bleach or foot bath. Disposable surgical face masks, shield and surgical gloves, multivitamins, capsules, tablets or syrups for DepEd personnel and school children, and printing of COVID-19 and sanitation, proper hand washing, hygiene, information materials. And third, conduct of psychological first aid sessions. Fourth, orientation activities with parents and PTA on DepEd's learning continuity plan. Fifth, distance learning. Sixth, gulayan sa paralan o tahanan. 7. Other school-based initiatives. And 8. Partnership appreciation. Amidst this pandemic, SDO Batanes, headed by its able leaders, SDS Sir Ed Scorpiso Jr. and ASDS Ma'am Georgian Carriazo, with the support of the school heads, parents, and stakeholders, will surely provide the education needed by our Ivatan learners. Let's support education in Batanes. Let's continue doing the spirit of Yaru and Kamanyidungan.
The support of our stakeholders in the province has been very evident. They have been playing an important role in achieving our goals and plans. Once again, we shall be hearing their pledge of support and commitment to the different schools and the SDO Batanes as well.
Brigada Eskwela, kilos na magbayanihan na. Ikaw ako, tayong lahat.
Let us also prepare with a new normal, new modalities of learning that again will put our teamwork, parents, teachers, and community to test. Because Brigada Eskwela is not only about challenging, or it's not about cleaning the schoolyard, or painting the walls, or donating materials, but also making sure that our learners will be provided with the essentials of quality education. Thus, the DepEd's Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan and DepEd Commons have been introduced to cater to our new normal. It's not going to be easy, but with your overwhelming support, parents, community, and the LGU, we will go a long way to achieve our common goal, which is helping our students to be an asset of our community. With that, let us continue to be safe, Kahilians, and God bless everyone.
For Itbayat Central School, for you, our dear stakeholders, thank you very much for your yearly support and cooperation during Brigada Eskwela. For without you, we cannot do as much as when you are there. And now, again, I am inviting you to be our partner this 2020 Brigada Eskwela. May we work as one. Thank you.
Good day to everyone. It's nice to be with you in this virtual Brigada Kickoff. The school year 2019-2020 brought massive challenges to Itbayat District Schools. On June 2019, we braved the waves to Basco to join the SDO anniversary first celebration, Ivatan Olympics and the Batanes Day celebration, and we were stranded for 3 weeks. Hindi naman kami nagmukhang kawawa doon. The SDO and other schools accommodated us. There were personal, financial assistance from SDO family, the community, and individuals. The provincial government gave us financial assistance and food packages from PSWD and LGU Itbayat for the round-trip fare. We were safe until we went back home. On July 27, barely 2 weeks after our return, the twin earthquake struck Itbayat that caused severe damages to school facilities, houses, and even took lives of employee and 2 students of INAS. No regular classes for a month. But our SDO, who knew our situation through our reports, a team headed by our SDS, Sir Ed, came for financial assistance and immediate debriefing. Other amount went to the purchase of construction materials for TLS. This assistance was from his initiative with the ASDS, Ma'am George, donations from their friends in the region, and others. The regional director, Madam Carino, and team came also personally to meet our teachers and personnel, gave financial assistance too, and moral support. The international and national agencies, CDO, regional, provincial, and LGU, the PTA, individual volunteers, internal and external stakeholders offered in one way or the other assistance through donations, retrieval, LGU in the clearing, pitching of TLS, the donation of TLS tents from the SWD and UNICEF. Now about to receive their diplomas and awards and present them to their parents on the stage. Here comes COVID-19 that hindered them to do so. For all of these challenges, we were still able to deliver our services to our clients, promoting the vision and mission of the department. To all our stakeholders, national, regional, provincial, district level, to private and non-government sectors, individual volunteers, and to everyone, thank you for your support. Without you, we have not gone this far. Now, Brigada Eskwela calls again. May we invite you to remain being our partners, that we may continue to deliver relevant, nurturing, and liberating K-12 basic education curriculum and services to all our customers. Bayanihan sa paaralan, we work as one. Thank you.
The Rila Integrated School faculty and personnel, PT officers and members, together with other stakeholders, are one and united in support of the Brigada Eskwela and Oplan Balik Eskwela Program, all for the benefit of our learners, the future hope of our nation. We are united as one because we believe that in teamwork and collaboration, we can move mountains and make changes in one's life. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
No commitment ko ang ako. No kabilin ko ang maki panidong and maki suporta do kumuhan do Brigada Eskwela. Pero na no tawag pa rin, nararako pa rin niyo ay inatwan. Duka kabilin ka ang masarunod ng kaninidong. Nitatlo na pagdig ka pala o disiplina no kamaturan pa sila at subuyon na may school. Tapyan Matyaw na pagparin din Edukasyon ng mga karanasan.
Isang napakalaking pribilehiyo po ang makabahagi or magiging kabahagi ng Brigada Eskwela na ito, sapagkat bilang isang magulang, tungkulin kong tulungan ang paaralang pinapasukan ng aking anak. At bilang isang mamamayan, handa rin po ako na maglaan ng panahon para sa kabutihan at kapakanan ng ating mga paaralan. So, hindi po kalugihan para sa akin na magbigay ng libreng serbisyo para ihanda ang ating mga paaralan para maging maayos ito, maging kaaya-aya ito para sa mga mag-aaral sa kanilang pagpasok mo.
Hawak kamay, sabay-sabay, kapit-bisig, buong bayan, tara na, kumilos na!
Gentlemen and ladies, I am Cecilia Cicielo, the school principal of the Sabtang National School of Fisheries. I am honored to welcome you all, especially the stakeholders. And I'm here to speak for the school, soliciting your support or assistance in the conduct of our Brigada Eskwela. The Brigada Eskwela in the new normal runs from June 1 and will end on August 29. This year, unlike the previous conduct of Brigada Eskwela, where physical preparation of school facilities and classroom maintenance like cleaning, painting, repainting, and doing minor repairs were conducted, the main focus now is to prioritize preparations and strengthen partnership engagement to support the department for the provision of opportunities to continue with the learning continuity plan in line with the present situation, or to ensure that quality basic education will continue despite the challenges posed by COVID-19. To our stakeholders, we are facing great challenges in schools. In the opening of classes and at the present situation, we are to consider our MOOE by prioritizing health-related supplies for teachers and learners, printing of self-learning modules, and learning activity sheets. Our MOOE is not enough. Our school needs thermal scanner, hand sanitizing equipment materials, face masks, alcohol, printing of COVID-19, and sanitation or proper hand washing information materials to aid Brigada and Oplan Balik Eskwela in introducing protection and health protocols to our learners and teachers. What I have mentioned are only a few among our needs. Thank you to any support that may be extended to our school for the benefit of our clienteles. Diyos mamahos, God bless us all.
I have the opportunity to thank all the stakeholders of Sabtang Central School for their unending love and support for the past years and for the years to come. The Brigada Eskwela is here again, and I'm calling your support and help for improvement of our school. The materials and financial support help us in many ways.
As a school head of Sumnanga and Nakanman School, in preparation for the incoming school year 2020-2021 Brigada Eskwela, which we all know as inescapable activity of the school, we, the faculty members, spearheads such activity. One major role is to invite other stakeholders, the community members, and other offices to take part in any way that they could help to the completion of its goal. Another is to solicit materials to be used in the activity. Those were done a couple of months before the scheduled time. We also encourage the different organizations and associations to join the Brigada Eskwela. Your usual support and willingness to share with the responsibility to ensure safety and environmental ambience in the school ground is very much appreciated. We all know that for the sake and benefit of the pupils, your help is always undoubtedly displayed.
Good morning to each and everyone. As this coronavirus pandemic continues, we had to adjust for the so-called new normal. Maybe in schools, the teachers and the students all over the country have to adjust also to a new ways of learning at social distance or to a different modality. Bilang pagtugon pa rin sa mga adhikay ng ating gobyerno laban sa COVID, nais kong hikayatin lahat, lalo na ang ating mga mag-aaral sa darating na pasukan, na susundin pa rin ang mga hakbang para maging ligtas tayo. Magbibigay ang local government unit ng Sabtang sa lahat ng mga guro at mag-aaral ng Sabtang Elementary at Secondary ng mga face mask at sabon, gayon din ang pagpapatayo ng mga hugasan ng kamay sa mga silid-aralan. Sana makatulong ito kahit papaano para sa darating na pasukan. Sama-sama at tulong-tulong tayo para sa maganda at ligtas na kinabukasan ng ating mga mag-aaral. Maraming salamat at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Barangay governments of the municipality of Sabtang, in partnership with parents, teachers, and friends, encourages all school-age children to register every start of the school year. As leaders of the smallest unit of government, a molded part of the future of young men and women relies upon us. One thing very significant which some of our parents hampers their children to go to school is the financial support which we extend as the link to government or private individuals to contribute by way of sponsoring the tuition fee or other incidental expenses. With this small contribution of the barangays, Our fervent wish is to see young children as achievers in their chosen special field of knowledge.
Tulong-tulong sa pagsulong, hatid na kalidad sa edukasyon.
Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, says Nelson Mandela. And so we do today, to brave the challenges for the sake of our learners' education. To our very innovative Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Eduardo C. Escorpizo Jr., our mother in the division, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Georgian G. Carriazo, the Division Prime Mover of Brigada Eskwela, Madam Florence Cielo, my fellow school heads, Brigada coordinators, our guests, and all our stakeholders out there, Kapyan Kamupano Diyos. It is indeed an exciting endeavor and entirely a different experience for all of us as we begin this year's Brigada Eskwela with what we call now the new normal. I know that our stakeholders are not just contented to listen to our pleas. Rather, I feel they are looking for the usual camaraderie and joy brought by the friendship earned every time we conduct our Brigada Eskwela. But nevertheless, I know with the pandemic that challenged us, they will not allow to sacrifice the learners, teachers, and parents' safety as well. Thus, we are still one with them in our commitment to extend full support to the Brigada Eskwela.
The conduct of this year's Brigada Eskwela and Upland Balik Eskwela is much different from the past years. The activity was focused on volunteerism, unity, cooperation, and camaraderie among all the stakeholders for the welfare of their children, however, will still be evident in this year's Brigada Eskwela, as all their support and cooperation will still be very much needed and solicited in different forms. As school head, I commit myself to strengthen partnership engagement with our stakeholders in ensuring the continuous learning of our students even during this pandemic time through continuous coordination with the LGU, NGO, and other volunteers, and most importantly, orienting the teachers, learners, especially the parents, in DepEd's multiple learning delivery modalities, which will be needing much of their support and involvement in the learning of their children, thereby affecting the essence of our slogan, Bayanihan sa Paaralan. Thank you.
The declaration of the state of public health emergency throughout the country has caused major changes in the different sectors of our society. As a worker in one of the greatly affected sector, the Department of Education, I enjoin everyone to work together for one common goal. With this, the 2020 Brigada Eskwela focuses on the preparations and strengthening partnership engagements to ensure that learning continues even in time of COVID-19. We have high hopes that we can continue the delivery of services to our learners with all your support. With this, I call on our dear parents, partners in education, our local government units, and all of you, our stakeholders, to continue supporting us, most especially that this crisis is leaving us no choice but to embrace the new normal. The strong Ivatan spirit of Bayanihan contextualized in the municipality of Uyugan as Kamanyidungan supports the 2020 Brigada Eskwela theme, Pagpapanatili ng Bayanihan tungo sa kalidad na edukasyon para sa kabataan. Let us all be happy sharing and working for our children.
To all the teachers and school heads of the Uyugan schools, I wish to extend my very pleasant greetings, Kapyan Kamupano Diyos. I am very happy to be a part of this virtual kick-off of this joint 2020 Brigada Eskwela and Upland Balik Eskwela, highlighting the application of knowledge to our dear children and also of giving efforts to address health standards and social issues at home, in school, and our communities in the context of COVID-19. As your partner in maintaining quality education here in Uyugan, I always believe that failure of education means the failure of our society. I don't like that to happen here in Uyugan. But as I observe, learning will always continue here. As the municipal mayor, the chief executive of municipal government, I could always be a part of ensuring that learning will still continue even in this time of COVID-19 pandemic, following the required standards. As we go back, Brigada Eskwela and Upland Balik Eskwela with the theme, Pagpapanatili ng Bayanihan Tungo sa Kalidad na Edukasyon para sa Kabataan, so we must exert more efforts towards improving and raising the learning standards. We in the local government unit of Uyugan, perhaps we could help by asking our schools to mobilize themselves to increase the achievements based on the particular needs and resources within the respective localities. I believe that our schools are empowered to take their active roles in the development and implementation of appropriate initiatives towards the improvement of teaching and learning in the classroom. At this point, I would like to personally thank and acknowledge the efforts of all the teachers, led by school heads, who have given out inputs of improved education even at this time of pandemic. I trust that you will continue offering solutions to this present problem as we still continue working together with a unified force towards the attainment of quality education for all. With the cooperation and collectively responsibility of all, I believe we can. Thank you and mabuhay.
Saya at dunong, buong madla sabay na aaho.
May I encourage everyone to support one of the best significant program in the Department of Education, the Brigada Eskwela Program. Let's join hands in the preparation of activities headed for making our school environmentally sensible, hygienic, safe, and conducive to learning. Thank you, LGU Ibana, care of Honorable Leonardo V. Hostalero, Municipal Mayor, and School Alumni Association, care of Captain Albert Bartilad. Same true, Parents Teachers Association, care of Honorable Juliet Catalunya, and other school benefactors for your endless support to Ibana National High School. Kudos!
Kapiang Kampanju sa Tabo, ang Ibana at San Vicente Elementary School ay kasama sa Bayanihan. Handa na po ang lahat para sa 2020 Brigada Eskwela. Sa mga mahal po naming mga magulang, NGA, NGOs, alumni at iba pang sektor na walang sawang sumusuporta at tumutulong sa ating eskwelahan. Maraming salamat po. Mga kabrigada, magkaisa tayo para sa bata, para sa paaralan. We work as one.
Una sa lahat, gusto ko pang batiin ng DepEd family. Unang-una sa mga namumuno, sa teaching and non-teaching personnel, at higit sa lahat ang ating mga mag-aaral. Gusto ko rin bumati sa ating mga membro at opisyalis ng PTA na walang sawang na tumutulong sa ating mga programa. At gusto ko pong ipaalam na sa pamamagitan nito, ang atin pong pamahalang bayan ng Ibana ay sa pamamagitan po ng inyong lingkod, gusto ko pong sabihin sa inyo na kami po ay buong puso at bukas palad magbigay ng aming suporta sa abot ng aming makakaya for as long as within our means and control. Wala pong problema. Kami po ay handang mag-alay ng aming suporta. At isa pa, gusto kong magpasalamat Sa pagkakataong ito, dahil sa inyong magandang kooperasyon, ang ating pong bayan ay nakapagkamit ng maraming awards. At mangharing ko po sa pamamagitan ng ating magandang ugnayan ang ating pong bayan, lalong-lalo na ang ating mag-aaral. Nawa ay bibigyan sila ng magandang biyaya mula sa Panginoon at mula rin sa ating pagsisikap sa ating pagtutulungan. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
This is Juliet Catalunya, the PTA President of the Ivana National High School. As the President, I commit myself to support all the programs and projects and activities of the school administration for the Brigada Eskwela. We have supported the school in soliciting construction materials, paints, and even monetary. Rest assured that as President, I will continuously support the school.
Panahon na naman ng brigada.
Warm greetings from Mahataon National High School in the celebration of the 2020 Brigada Eskwela Kickoff. This year's theme, Pagpapanatili ng Bayanihan Tungo sa Kalidad na Edukasyon para sa Kabataan, and which is now the theme for the joint implementation of the 2020 Brigada Eskwela and Oplan Balik Eskwela, with the joint slogan of Bayanihan sa Paaralan, aims to promote sustainable and safe living. Today, we are celebrating to mark the start of one of the significant activities of the Department of Education, and without changing the concept of Brigada Eskwela, which is cooperation or the pooling together of resources by all stakeholders for a common goal, this year's conduct of Brigada Eskwela is quite different in a manner that all our Brigada Eskwela activities must be aligned towards the prevention and further spread of the coronavirus, which has affected our normal lives for about 3 months already. And as members of a community, it is but our primary concern to regard for life of each member by helping one another in whatever ways we can to improve and save lives. We in the school commit ourselves to support the Brigada Eskwela programs by following directives in the implementation of its activities and be held accountable. To our stakeholders, again and again, we are appealing to you for the usual support you have been extending the schools, for the usual financial assistance and manpower provided to implement our identified repairs and constructions, but to be given priority for partnership this school year must be aligned to COVID-19 prevention. Let us continue to support the Brigada Eskwela program and make a difference in the lives of the Ibatan youth. Let us work and celebrate for a cause. Mabuhay ang Brigada Eskwela.
Thank you for all the overpouring support you have been sharing to the schools, especially for Mahatao Elementary and Jura Barrio schools. We look upon you all as our solid partners in molding the youth. Without your strong support and help for us, we cannot holistically provide for their necessities. Rest assured, we will do our part as the prime movers of educating the children. Again, thank you very much. God bless you more and your families.
Yan kawapan ni Diyos, naniniwala po ako na napakalaking tulong at benepisyo sa ating mga paaralan ang Brigada Eskwela, higit lalo sa ating mga guro at mga mag-aaral o ating mga kabataan. Bukod sa ito ay nagpapakita ng kapagaliang Batanes sa Bayanihan. Dito din natin napapanatiling kaaya-aya at kanais-nais ang pangalawang tahanan may tuturing ng ating mga anak. Ito ang isa sa mga nagsisilbing inspirasyon at panggaya sa kanilang pag-aaral. Kaya nga ito ang nagbunsod at nagpatuloy na kumikayat sa kabuuan ng LGU Mahataw na tumulong at sumuporta sa mga programa at proyekto ng paaralan gaya ng Brigada Eskwela. Umaasa ako sa madaming pagkakataon na hindi lang masaksihan, kundi maging bahagi ng mga aktibidad ng paaralan. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay.
Ito pong kaunang Brigada Eskwela na ginagawa po natin ay nagbibigay inspirasyon po sa mga magulang at sa mga stakeholders at iba pang involved sa ating community. Napakaganda po ito dahil nadidevelop po yung espiritu ng bayanihan. At ito po na ginagawa nating taunan ay nakakatulong po para nating mahubog ang ating mga kabataan, may handa ang ating kabataan sa kanilang pag-aaral. Kami po, in behalf of my company, M.O.D.R. Construction, Trading, and General Services Limited Company, ay tumutulong dahil nandun po yung aming vision and mission para ang ating mga kabataan na silang pag-asa ng bayan ay matulungan po sila sa abot ng aming makakaya. So mula po, nung nandyan ang aming anak, si Micaela, ay sumusuporta kami ng aking asawa sapagkat kami po inaniwala na sila po ang susunod na generasyon na siyang papalit po sa atin. So, napakaganda po ang ating layunin at sana po hindi lang po kami, kundi ang buong komunidad susuporta sa tikain po ng Brigada Eskwela para po sa kinabukasan ng ating mga anak. So sana sa amin, sa parte namin, hindi naman kami humihingi ng konsiderasyon, pero alam ko mayroon din napag-usapan dati kasama ang DepEd Central Office na partnership between non-government organization at saka ang gobyerno para lalong maayos ang pamamalakad sa Brigada Eskwela at lalo nating paigtingin ang pagtulong sa mga kabataan. Sana makikita naman natin sa mga nagtuturo na kapag nandyan po kami na tumutulong, nakikita natin yung ngiti nila, yung suporta nila, at sana patuloy na gawin po natin to. Hindi lamang sa ating personal na adhikain, kundi nandun sana yung pananaw ng bawat isa na itong ginagawa natin ay para sa mga bagong generasyon ang ating mga anak. Salamat po.
Pagbigisin, lakas at diwa.
Doa tavo inyaya po ano eskwela, mapakapya ko sa Diyos Ginyo. Taituda na mararani o kasitnan, no kangay, do kay eskwelan, amat sinanawon, no kamanga nakantasa. Makayamot daw, ang rarahon ko pa inyo, mirwa, do kasuporta tapa sa Brigada Eskwela 2020. Uyud ko ay tsahuhu, o kapatsivat nyo pa kano, kapabat nyo pa so ang materialis maparin, apiserbiyan do kapay kumpuni, so disnan, lamisa, blackboard, kano ang pa piserbiyan, do kay eskwela na itsapyan na eskwela. Sigurohon ko Ginyo, tayaman mismistro kan mismistra, ang parin niya naman pandan maparin, kanatunan ko amamngid no kay eskwelan, do kapay papyan naman pasya, o pariparinyen do kay eskwelan, manatun o pariparinyen do Brigada Eskwela, do awana yan. Diyos mamahos.
We at Basco Central School commit ourselves to strongly support the Brigada Eskwela of the Department of Education as we see this laudable program as an opportunity to work together with our stakeholders, not only in providing our learners a conducive to learning environment, but also in achieving our desired education outcomes. Mabuhay kayo mga kabrigada! Mabuhay ang Brigada Eskwela!
Panahon na naman po upang tayo'y muling magbrigada eskwela bilang paghahanda sa nalalapit na pasukan sa darating na Agosto. Isang napakalaking hamon po sa pagbubukas ng bagong school year ang pandemyang ating kinakaharap sa ngayon. Sa kabila ng pandemyang ito, kami po sa Diptan Elementary School ay nangangakong ipagpatuloy na gampanan ang aming mga tungkulin na mabigyan ng dekalidad na edukasyon ng ating mga mag-aaral. Sisikapin namin sa tulong ninyo na maihatid sa kanila ang mga leksyon na dapat nilang matutunan sa school year na ito. Magagawa po natin ito kung tayo ay patuloy na magtulungan. Sa pagkakataong ito, kami po ay nananawagan sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta sa ating taunang Brigada Eskwela. Maaari po kayong tumulong sa pamamagitan ng pagbigay ng mga pangangailangan ng ating mga mag-aaral tulad ng personal protective equipment, hygiene kits, at kinakailangan din namin ang mga sumusunod sa paggawa ng modules, printers, bond papers, at saka ink. Ngunit higit sa lahat, ang commitment po ninyo mga mahal na magulang upang gabayan ang inyong mga anak ang pinakamahalaga. Magbayanihan o magtulungan po tayo sa pagtuturo sa inyong mga anak. Magbayanihan tayo para sa kanilang kinabukasan. Now na! Kaya tara na! Magbrigada Eskwela na tayo!
In behalf of Balugan Integrated School Faculty and Parent Teachers Association, we give 100% affirmation to support the 2020 Brigada Eskwela, for we believe in one of the top 15 most inspiring Mother Teresa quotes. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Mabuhay ang Balugan Integrated School, mabuhay ang SDO Batanes, mabuhay ang DepEd. Go, go, go! Aarangkada na ang Brigada Eskwela sa Batanes.
We are grateful to you all, our internal and external stakeholders, for your continued strong support to our schools, especially for Chalarian Elementary School. We look forward to continue building good rapport with one another to achieve the vision and missions of the Department of Education towards the holistic development of the school children into better citizens of our society. Again, thank you very much.
We are endeavor to deliver basic quality education through partnership in the spirit of Brigada Eskwela.
Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Sa kabila po ng nararanasan nating pandemya, patuloy pa rin tayong magkakaisa para sa kinabukasan ng ating mga anak. Mahirap ang ating sitwasyon ngayon sa paraan ng itinataguyod ng DepEd. Ngunit pagtutulungan natin silang gabayan tungo sa kinabukasan at kaligtasan ng lahat. Asahan niyo ang aming suporta at hingin din namin ang gabay sa inyo. Sa sinasabing new normal na kinakaharap natin, hawak kamay tayo para sa kaligtasan at ikabubuti ng ating lahat. Kaya natin ito dahil ibatan tayo. Salamat po, Ramon Alcon po from Tucon Barrio School.
A pleasant day to one and all. This pandemic is easily one of the biggest challenge that we have, not only for 2020, but essentially in the way that we are going to educate our children. What happens this year will have invariably a great effect on what happens to the future of our children. We believe that the Department of Education is trying its best to come up with policies and programs to be able to address how our kids will learn despite the presence of the threats to health and safety. As a parent, I welcome these new programs, these new innovations in education. In the first place, as we are already gearing towards a more technological world, it's also a great way for us to train our children to use the technology that is before them. I know that there will be so many challenges along the way. We will be seeing a lot of feedbacks, but nevertheless, on behalf of all the parents, we want to state our continued commitment and our continued support for these programs, and we will continue to work hand in hand with the Department of Education, with our teachers, with our kids and all the learners, so that even as there is a pandemic going on, we will still continue to learn and we continue to educate our children. And so we believe that hand in hand we can come up with more creative and innovative ways of educating and bringing learning and knowledge to our kids. Kudos to the Department of Education. As we have supported, as we the parents and the members of the PTA have supported you for all these years, we will continue to be here to support you and to give you feedback and to work hand in hand with you. We welcome the change, and we will work with this hand in hand, all for the love of learning, all for the love of our children. Thank you, and good day.
Good morning, everyone. To respond to the public health emergency we are experiencing, the DepEd has developed its Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or the BELCP. In the BELCP, the Brigada Eskwela and Oplan Balik Eskwela, both annual activities of DepEd in preparation for school opening, shall be reconfigured to fully assist the preparation of stakeholders for the coming school year 2020-2021. A focus on strengthening of partnership engagement and initiatives complementing DepEd's efforts shall be pursued. As such, and in behalf of the Basco Central School PTA, I pledge my commitment to support the plans and programs under the 2020 Brigada Eskwela and Oplan Balik Eskwela of the DepEd, taking into consideration all implementation adjustments, plan of action, and protocols amidst the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you very much, and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Anibon as Kanoy Chadawa Principal ng Chanarian Elementary School, Mr. Jolito Budino. Anibon as Kanoy Chadawa Head Teachers ng Tupon Elementary School, Mr. Ador Balyada. As kaninyo na teachers ng Chanarian and Tupon Elementary School. Kapyan kapano Diyos atawo. Time and again, Brigada Eskwela is indeed an important milestone to every school all over our country. For the past years, since has started Chanarian Tupon Elementary School is indeed so blessed, for through his program, we have realized and accomplished a lot of undertaking for our schools, which redound to the benefit of our schools' children. Diyos mamahos to everyone who have shared selflessly their times, resources, and support that make this endeavor success. Let us continue to support Brigada Eskwela, especially this school year 2020-2021. In behalf of Barangay Chanarian Council and my family, thank you and God bless everyone.
Pagpapanatili, allow me first to congratulate Edukasyon Batanes for initiating this virtual launching of Brigada Eskwela and Upland Eskwela Program, which basically gives us stakeholders a go signal to assist and be an additional foundation and backbones of the schools in our locality. Brigada on the new normal. We were hit by this COVID-19 pandemic. Everything changed, and it changed our ways. This is the new normal. But this should not stop us to give and offer our hands wide open. I am encouraging our fellow stakeholders and school development partners to continue to help our schools in this time of health crisis. This year's Brigada Eskwela will deviate or diverge from the traditional concept of physical cleaning, painting, repainting, and doing repairs in schools, and will instead be focused on preparing and printing, homeschooling or self-learning materials or modules, and providing hand sanitizers, sanitation kits, and immune system medicines. We in the youth sector have already launched our Eskwela Home program, which basically provides home learning materials. I know it is still not enough, but rest assured that we will continue to think for programs that will benefit our children. Sabi nga nila, this too shall pass. We must learn to adapt with this current situation, and let us learn to help. Thank you.
PTA Batanes, aarangkada na sa 2020 Brigada Eskwela. In behalf of all Parents Teachers Association in the entire division of Batanes, I would like to congratulate the men and women of the entire SDO for organizing the Brigada kickoff amidst COVID-19. PTA Batanes is ever ready to remain as active partners of schools in the implementation of Brigada Eskwela, come what may. Yes, we are ready because we care. We stand to embrace the new normal in all school undertakings, and so, together, we commit ourselves towards achieving Kalidad. Brigada Eskwela is an undertaking that we should always participate in. Otherwise, our values will never be learned by our children. Yes, we are ready. Ready means are. We regain new vigor from community quarantine as active participants in the new phase of Brigada Eskwela. E stands for we embrace new normal in the current learning milieu. A stands for accept new changes in the school system to conform with the challenges of the present education system. D stands for defend the rights of our children without compromising the kalidad na edukasyon. Y stands for yearn to bring back our children to their new learning modality and yearn to see them grow in wisdom and love. PTA Batanes, we commit ourselves to strengthen our partnership, starting off with the essence of Brigada Eskwela. Mabuhay ang lahat ng PTA sa Batanes.
To our very supportive Schools Division Superintendent, Mr. Eduardo C. Escorpizo Jr., to our active Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Mrs. Georgian G. Cariaso, our School Governance and Operation Division Chief, Mr. Jaime G. Castillo, to all Section Chiefs and Unit Chiefs of the Department of Education Division Office, principals, school heads, all school faculty members, parents, and students, Pagpapanatili, Matagos, Charawaya. This is far different from all the previous years we had because of this global issue of COVID-19 pandemic. It is making us adapt a new lifestyle, a new system, new protocols, and the educational system is one of the most affected sector in this time of change and adaptation. Now, everything is done from a distance. Virtual meetings and conferences, online portals, and other medium that assures physical distancing is observed in practice. Everything seems to have changed. However, I can assure everyone that there's one thing that is not changed, particularly in our province. It is the spirit of payuhuan or kapamilungan, the urge to help one another in building a better Batanes. The spirit of cooperativism, including the great value for quality education of our children. I believe that not even this deadly virus could kill this tradition of our people. It is what makes us survivors of different circumstances. It is what makes the Ivatan resilient and sturdy despite the strongest blows of natures and mundane disasters. It is what really depicts an Ivatan person. During the previous Brigada Eskwela activities, our schools have been restored, improved, and developed with the collaborating volunteerism of all the parents, teachers, associations, and partner agencies. I hope that this year we'll be able to do the same, subject to appropriate regulations and protocol considering our current situation. The success of the previous Brigada activities, as well as this year's, is of course attributable to the hardworking faculty members of our school who continuously seek the betterment of the quality of education and building conducive learning space for pupils and students. Education, I believe, is the foundation of a strong and resilient community. Thus, the Department of Education's role in this community is very important. May I take this opportunity to acknowledge the tireless efforts and perseverance of the Department of Education and Division of Batanes, and all the schools herein trying to maintain and further enhance the educational system at Batanes amid this pandemic. This is a very clear manifestation of how dedicated our educators are enhancing the skills, learnings, experience, and education of our students, even in extraordinary circumstances. Thus, in behalf of the Provincial Government of Batanes, may I extend to the entire DepEd family in the province, and to all the parents and guardians of our pupils and students, my deepest gratitude and appreciation all your hard work and all your valuable contribution to the community. May you continue to work hand in hand, building a better future of our next generation. Diyos mamahas, and may the good Lord bless us all our undertakings.
This pandemic has changed so many things in our educational system. One of these is the traditional Brigada Eskwela kickoff. However, COVID-19 did not totally hamper the physical conduct of the Brigada Eskwela kickoff. Last June 10, the STO conducted an on-site Brigada Eskwela kickoff and at the same time, the installation of the school marker of Balugan Integrated School, former Balugan Elementary School. With joy, we share you what transpired.
Oh, good morning. My message would be very short. I'm so happy to be joining you this morning, Sir Ed, our school superintendent, and his assistant, Ma'am Gigi, and of course our school host school principal, Ma'am Vilma, and the other DepEd officials. Magandang umaga po, and of course the mother of the community, Ma'am Kapitana, Auntie Uring, and of course the PTA president, Auntie Piling, and the bagets na mga teachers. Papagets ng papagets every time, kasi bagets ang superintendent natin. Magandang umaga po ulit sa inyo. I'm so happy to be joining you in this kick-off of our Brigada, relaunching of our Brigada Eskwela. Palagi kong sinasabi, Brigada 7, no? Parang nako-compute na natin ng age. Brigada 7, kailan ba yung TV program na Brigada 7? Meron pa ba? Parang wala na, no? College pa ako nun. Anyway, I'm so happy na magkakasama tayo this morning. Of course, this ceremony is very much different from the brigadas that we've been doing all these years, precisely because of the situation right now. Okay, very limited ang ating movement, restrictions, mass gathering, social distancing. So we're doing it this morning since the usual attendance of other people who are supposed to be here, and of course minus the fanfare as well. But still, we are here gathered this morning to show to the people, most especially our learners in our community, that we are very much behind them, okay, to support their education. This time, we are in very difficult times. Now, of course, medyo gumaan na ng konti dahil GCQ na tayo, and we are still waiting for the approval of the regional IATF na ibaba tayo sa modified GCQ. Okay, nagawin tayo from moderate to low risk classification. Although sinasabi nila sa atin na parang may konting hindi parallel yung ating mga requests, kasi in spite of the fact that we are requesting for lowering our classification from GCQ to MGCQ, is still ayaw pa natin ng turista. I mean, ayaw pa natin ng commercial flights. No? We moved it from June 1 to June 15, and as per last week, our request is for July 1, mag-start ang commercial airlines. So sinasabi nila, bakit gusto nyo bumabang classification, pero ayaw nyo naman na may travel restriction pa rin. But anyway, ito yung usapin, ito yung debate ng local autonomy, okay? Na sinasabi natin na over the past 2 weeks was very much challenged. Of course, you know about the fact that some people from PNP specifically came, okay, in the dead of night, parang ganun, without us perfectly knowing that they are coming. And of course, in fairness to them, they did not really violate anything, because as per requirements of the policy of the national government, they were only required to get travel authority. In fact, they are not really required to undergo quarantine. So pinakiusapan lang. So ang pagkaka-quarantine nila is parang voluntary lang, no? Voluntary lang yun. But they could always refuse. Yun ang talagang binraso natin nung dumating sila, no? Nung dumating sila sa Pasco Port, we requested them to undergo voluntary quarantine, because as per national policies, they were not required to undergo quarantine. And of course, sabi nila, ipaalam muna namin sa regional director namin, kay ganito, sa aming opisyal, kasi we are supposed to be back here working already on day 1. But eventually, they heeded to our request na mag-home quarantine sila. Parang sinasabi natin, pag lumabas sila ng quarantine facility at magmarcha sa bayan, wala naman talaga silang direct na violation, no, sa ating policies or laws. Kasi doon tayo medyo nagkulang. As of this day, we still don't have the local law, okay, imposing quarantine, no, to anybody na pumasok sa ating bayan. So medyo, kaya kinukwento to because of that situation, some sectors, some people who have been volunteering, giving much of their efforts and time sa ating fight COVID-19 efforts, ay medyo nawala ng pag-asa. No? Some people were demoralized, some people were telling me, nakakawalang gana naman ito, wag na tayo magtrabaho, gano'n naman pala eh. No, ganun pala ang pwede mangyari, pwede tayong madiktahan ng nasyonal, wala tayong kwenta as an LGU, parang may mga nagsasabi ng ganyan. But then again, I tell them, unang-una, may kulang tayo ng konti, because we've been asking for a local law na hanggang ngayon ay wala pa. Kasi kahit sabihin natin it's a local law, it's a law. Okay, pwede naman natin siyang parang pananaman, do kawara daw. But since wala yun, we only had an executive order, and an executive order is just a piece of paper kapag wala siyang pinanghahawakan ng batas. Okay, so yun ang naging problema natin. But anyway, ang sabi ko, this is not the right time na mawalan tayo ng pag-asa. Okay, yung sinasabi ko palagi, na times like this, the community needs us most. Okay, hindi yung nandun tayo sa giyera, tapos pag sa kalagitnaan ng giyera ay medyo some things go wrong, alright? Magsusurrender tayo, no? Sinasabi ko, tayong mga officials, tayong mga leaders ng community, tayo ang last na nagsusurrender. Pag nagsurrender ng lahat, pwede na rin siguro. Pero hindi tayo yung unang-unang napapakita na we are being weakened by situations, na tayo ay nade-demoralize at nawawala ng pag-asa. This is the time, the most difficult times na maipakita natin na tuloy pa rin. No? So yung mga tao na nawala ng pag-asa, parang ayaw na magtrabaho, yun ang palaging pinapaalala ko sa kanila. So, kinokonek ko dito sa brigada because this is very much about community volunteerism, commitment, okay, to serve the community. Ito yung ginagawa natin taon-taon, no, para maipakita sa ating community our support for their learning, for their education. Okay, kaya kahit ganito ang ating sitwasyon ngayon, ay may programa pa rin tayo na napakasimple. Napakaganda nga ng entrada kanina kasi parang romantic song. Parang kapaluhan na natin. parang gusto maghanap ng mikropono para mag-video. So yun ang sinasabi natin na sa panahong ito, times like this is the time na kailangan nating maipakita sa mga kabataan na kahit ganito ang sitwasyon, we are still thinking very much about their future. We are still thinking about their education. Okay? So, dapat hindi tayo mawala ng pag-asa. And I assure you as the Mayor of Basco that I'm renewing once again this morning my commitment of my support and to the district schools. Okay? And tuloy pa rin natin yun. It has always been my advocacy. It has always been one of my programs, no, talaga, yung partnership with community organizations, with schools. Alam na naman po yun, nung starting pa noong mga 2008, meron na tayong partnership programs talaga sa yung adapt aside. Because the idea there is to give back to the community yung itong mga sinasabi nating mga lugar, mga sites na parang nakatatak na pagmamayari ng gobyerno. Okay, para sa akin, dapat pag tiningnan ng tao ang isang lugar, sasabihin niya na, uy, sa bayan ito, hindi sa gobyerno. That's why we launched early on the partnership programs with organizations, with the schools, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, science clubs, okay, mga organizations taking care of these sites, of the beaches, not only tourist sites but other areas that they need to take care to for the community. So again, I'm committing myself with this program with the schools. Okay, let's think of partnerships, no, collaborations. Okay, yun ang gusto nating mangyari, no, so that parang mabubura yung pagkanya-kanya, no, pagkanya-kanya ng mga bagay-bagay. Okay, para palaging sa atin, para sa lahat, no, especially sa bayan. Para kapag napalitan ang gobyerno, since pagmamay-ari naman ng community yon, hindi na naiistorbo, no, hindi nawawala yung isang programa. Kasi ang napapansin natin palagi is most programs ng LGUs, ng programs ng LGUs, minsan palaging they are very much associated with whoever mans or manages, okay, who is on top of the LGU. So kapag nawala na yung programa, mawawala na rin siya. At ang dilema doon, hindi siya madaling kopyahin ng susunod na administrasyon dahil masyadong nakatatak doon sa naunang administration. Kaya yun ang gusto nating burahin. No? Kailangan ibigay natin sa community organizations yon para mawala yung label ng tao o ng gobyerno, ng LGU for example. Kaya kahit mapapalitan ang administration, for example, pag pumunta yung mga principal, pag pumunta yung mga teachers, mga officials, sabihin nila, ma'am, sir, pwede ba nating ituloy ito? Ay, pwede kasi programa nyo yun eh. No? Mawawala yung konsepto na programa yun ng naunang mayor, programa yun ng naunang governor. So yun ang gusto nating palagi. No? In fact, for example, yung sa Chanarian Beach, no, for a long time, parang naka-label sa ibang mga ganito. Pero nung ginawa natin, na pina-adapt natin yun, nawala na yun, no? Nabura na yung pagkanya-kanya. So again, this morning, let's continue our partnership na walang mga ibang principal, no? For collaborations, no? For partnerships that we need to get into, no? To make things work. specifically and especially for our pupils. Again, congratulations to all of you, to all of us, and yun, sabi ko kanina, konti lang ang mensahe, pero kasi kami mga pag may mikropono, ayaw nang bitawan, parang video. Okay, so again, good morning, and thank you for inviting me over to this very special program.
Brigada Eskwela ay tunay na biyaya para natin handaan kita sa tuwina. Suporta ng pamayanan ay maasahan kahit anong gawin
present time is very challenging to our education leaders, and we are fortunate to have two of the best leaders in the education system. Let us listen to the messages of our OIC Schools Division Superintendent, Eduardo C. Escorpizo Jr., Doctor of Education, Career Executive Service Officer 6, and our Regional Director for DepEd Region 2, Dr. Estela L. Carino, Doctor of Education, Director 3.
To our key players, our internal and external stakeholders, with special mention to our forever partners, the local government units, national government agencies, national government organizations, civic-spirited organizations, and other groups. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Brigada Eskwela and Oplan Balik Eskwela to each and everyone. SDO Batanes takes this opportunity to extend our sincerest thanks for all the supports extended to our schools for the past school years and for the incoming support for this coming school year 2020-2021. We are forever indebted for your generosity and for your big heart. Bayanihan spirit is still alive in Batanes. That's why I am very much confident that despite of the situation brought to us by COVID-19 pandemic, we are still solid one team to extend our helping hands for our children in their quest for quality education. As Mother Teresa once said, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. As one team with one mission and one vision, we really need strong cooperation, solid camaraderie, and intense collaboration among our stakeholders para sa bayan at para sa bata. In behalf of SDO Batanes, let me extend our sincerest thanks to all of you who are always with us in our advocacy in preparing our schools ready to welcome our learners for the school year 2020-2021. Let us prove that in Batanes we work as one. Together, we can do more.
Greetings of love from DepEd Region 2. Challenges and changes will always be around, no matter what we do. But the good news is, so are chances. Every challenge, every change inspires a chance to be better than we used to be. As we kick off another school year with this 2020 joint Brigada Eskwela and Oplan Balik Eskwela National Virtual Kick-Off Program, DepEd Region 2 joins the whole nation in its joy and jubilation to usher a new academic year as DepEd implements the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. We strongly support this bold and compassionate action to ensure our readiness to our duty to serve our stakeholders, especially our learners. May it allay the fears and worries of our parents and other partners. We always have in mind what is best for your children. Going on, moving on is what inspired hope. Together, we can do this, and we shall do this better than ever. Thank you.
The Brigada Eskwela Coordinator, Mrs. Florencia Cicello, will give us the closing remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Brigada Eskwela Kick-Off signals the start of the activities for the school maintenance for the school year. Though in reality, our Brigada Eskwela activities in the new normal has started even before this kick-off. Mga kabrigada sa edukasyon, tara na sa bayanihan ng Brigada Eskwela at Oplan Balik Eskwela. We urge all supporters of education to be one in our mission to deliver quality education to our learners even in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic. With the strong leadership of the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Eduardo Escorpizo Jr., together with the Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Georgian G. Carriazo, and with the sincere commitment and actions of our education stakeholders, we would be able to carry on our mandate as educators and partners. We thank you, our partners in education, for your unending support. God bless you all. We now end this program and start the work for Brigada Eskwela. SDO Batanes, we work as one. Mabuhay ang DepEd, mabuhay ang SDO Batanes. Diyos mamahas dinyo atabo.
Once again, may we encourage everyone, our parents and stakeholders, to partake in this year's Brigada Eskwela activities and ensure the safety of our children, especially in this time of pandemic. Let's work together to guarantee a safe learning environment. As we end this virtual Brigada Eskwela kick-off, may we all be motivated with the African proverb, "It takes a village to educate a child."
Eskwela, kilos na